the TV, let the wide receiver do their thing, or Saquon. If our defense remains the way it is now, Saquon could have a big game. I don't know what the rookies will do against that front that Philly got. I don't know how good Schottenheimer is. Sean McVay, not Sean McVay, San Fran quarterback. I mean, head coach, one of the best coaches when it comes to scheming up running plays. He can run the ball from any which way. I don't know if Schottenheimer got that. It's good. It's gonna be TV, man. A big rivalry. You got Dak versus Hurts. Like I said, them 4 receivers, 2 fresh running backs versus Saquon. Everybody gonna be seeing, can Philly look like they did last year? I feel like the Cowboys don't do something else with the interior. Because I just still don't trust Mozzie. It's gonna be must see TV.
Yeah.
But as far as the game, I can't call it because I don't know what this team is gonna be. I don't know. I don't know what Philly gonna be, but I know what we're and what we were. You're only as good as what the last time we saw you. And the last time we saw Philly, they was champions. And the last time we saw us, we stunk it up. So I am hyped to see the receivers play on both ends just to see which duo look the best out there. So it's gonna be must see TV.
100%. Now, to follow up with that, because I asked the guys this too, I want to get your take on this, okay? Let's say, this is hypothetical, right? Let's say the Cowboys beat the Eagles. Yeah. What opponent do you want to see week 2 that says, okay, if the Cowboys can beat this opponent, I'm bought in for the year?
We got the Broncos this year?
We got the Broncos this year.
We got the Broncos this year, yeah.
And the Broncos an away game, so that's at Mile High.
That's at Mile High, yeah.
And beat them. The Broncos.
Mm-hmm.
Even I know people probably gonna say, well, they ain't never really a really good team. They just always beat them.
Right.
So if we can beat Philly, then turn around and beat them at Mile High, because beating them at Mile High, their elevation, that's a different type of, that says a lot about you. So if we can beat them, then turn around and beat them. No, I take that back. You know what? If we can beat them, then turn around and beat Dan Quinn with their full roster, not backups.
Yeah.
If we can beat Dan Quinn in that defense, two NFC East back to back, I'll be.
That's a good one.
That's a good one. That's a good one. Go ahead, Savage.
No, you gotta go through the East first before anybody. But I can deal with that, man. Listen, I hate the Redskins too. I hate Dan Quinn, but I'd be okay with that. Like I said, if we come off a win with Philly, I don't want a cupcake. I don't want a letdown game right off the bat. I want another top-tier opponent.
Agreed.
And I'll be happy.
Yeah. No, it's so funny what fifth quarter said, because I brought up the Broncos, and I even mentioned, I don't want a cheesecake game or someone think it was that type of game, just because. But I was like, we haven't beat them. So me and Fifth on the same page there. Isha, what you got?
What was the question, man? Just
you're just rebuttaling or just elaborating?
Oh no, I think the Commanders one is that's a good one. I didn't even think about that. If we could beat Dan Quinn's defense, given like Fifth said, I just the last time we saw them, they made the NFC Championship game. So if we could do that, then I think that's also a good one. I would like that. I'm just like if it's Denver, if we could beat them in Mile High. That's because that's a tough place to play regardless, but especially since we haven't even beat the Broncos in God knows how long.
Yeah,
man, that's gonna be a tough one. But if we can do that, then I think it's gonna say a lot about the team. Good or bad, it's gonna say a lot. I think.
And I don't think it's just beating the Commanders and the Eagles will say a lot. It also says we got 2 division wins and they both got a loss already.
Right.
So it kind of helps us 2 times, it kind of solidifies. Starting out your season, you didn't beat the Super Bowl champions, and another is probably good as them, but they just had a rookie quarterback, and it was in Quinn's first year as their head coach. So it kind of says a lot if you can beat both of those, the champions, and another team that was kind of just Dan Quinn just made look good. So 2 divisional wins in your conference, and then they got a loss, the Eagles and the Commanders. So you're already ahead in your division already with 2 wins. Yeah. So it's not beating if you can beat those 2 back to back.
Agreed.
All right, I'm back now. So I couldn't hear y'all. I'm deaf in one ear, so it's hard for me to hear. I got to get my headphones. All right, who were you done talking?
Yeah.
Okay. Uncensored, what do you think, man? Uncensored.
What's the question?
You're just elaborating. Break it down. Were you not paying attention?
I was slightly paying attention. I was dealing with something
Okay.
at the same time.
No, you're good. You're good. You're good. So, no, we'll just move it on. We got a super chat here by Mike. How many games do you see us winning, guys? I think we'll do that towards the end of the show, Mike. I think we'll do that at the end of the show. But,
That's $1 million question. That's $1 million
that's
question.
definitely.
Right,
And, this guy's saying Cowboy fans delusional. He's already put in a couple of comments in the comment section, and he's still here listening to the delusions. All right.
I think every fan base has a little delusion in them.
yeah. Who doesn't want their team to win?
Literally, you're called a fanatic.
Yeah, we'll get back to it, Mike, for sure.
Fan is short for fanatic. There's delusion in every fan base.
Yo, I ain't seen Sona in so long. So high.
So, you don't see who?
No, I haven't seen Sohan in so long.
Oh yeah. So how many teams on our schedule? Let's look. We haven't beaten in years. The list: Broncos, Packers, Cardinals, Chiefs. We beat the Chiefs in what? 2018 at AT&T.
2018.
It was Pat Mahomes' rookie year. Alex Smith was the starter.
Is that
28-17?
That year when Sean Lee got back there and got Kareem Hunt in the backfield?
That was the game. That was the year that Zeke got suspended. Immediately the next game after that, with the Falcons when he got suspended for the 6 games.
Oh, that was 2017.
It was 2017. It was.
Sean Lee made a good play. He got
Yeah,
dude. I just remember that they came out before the halftime and they did that trickery play and they scored before the halftime. I remember that play that year. That play right there. I was like, what the hell? We still won, but. It is what it is. So I think we beat the Chiefs plenty of times. It's just as of late, with them winning Super Bowls, it looks like we haven't. I think we only played them. This will be our 3rd time since Pat Mahomes been there. What do you think, Savage?
Like I said, I think Cleveland is broken down a little bit, especially along the offensive line. They did go out, got a good wide receiver, Jalen Royals. They did go out. They took Ohio State's left tackle, Josh Simmons. I'm not as high on him as a lot of other people was. He did have a serious knee injury like in October, November. Then they also took Rashad Smith, a really good running back, in round 7. And I honestly think he's going to push Pacheco to the bench. I'm going to be shocked if Rashad Smith is the starter. But those 2 guys, one's a wide receiver, one's a running back that got converted wide to receiver. And when you give those toys to a guy like Mahomes that plays schoolyard football, it can turn out to be scary.
Yeah.
But
we beat the Raiders. You forgot we beat the Raiders with Derek Carr threw that ball out the back of
the Jeff Heath play.
The Jeff Heath play. Derek Carr.
Remember, it was that the index card game.
Oh my God!
That ref was all cheesing and smiling.
Oh my God!
I only had.
That was crazy.
We got 80 in champ. Yeah.
What's happening?
We got Cowboys champs in the building. We got 1980 in the building. Cowboys champ. I'll start with you. Instant reaction. Week 1. Cowboys versus Eagles.
I hope they beat the. You know what, Adam? Sheagles. I want them to RKO their ass so damn bad.
Speaking of RKOs,
the old school The Rock spine buster their ass.
I can't stand the Eagles, man. I can't.
Yes. Oh yeah.
Yeah. So Cowboys champs wants a dub. 1980. You there? The Power Man himself.
What's going on, guys?
What's
we got all the jabronis on the mic tonight.
What's happening?
It's an important live, 80. You wanted this morning. You got it this morning.
Yeah, I said, man, this would be a good thing for y'all to go back and forth on. So yeah, you said what? Somebody
put a gun to my head and made me come on.
Someone put a gun to his head, he said, and made him come on. What was your instant reaction, 80?
I didn't have one.
You didn't have a reaction. That was a trap.
What is that?
Is that Champ?
Somebody still in the car.
Champs, is that you, crazy man?
Yeah, he muted.
All right.
Champs out there stealing people cars.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
No, I didn't. I didn't have one. I my my approach hasn't changed. I'm not gonna let it. I'm not gonna fall for it. Um, like I made a video earlier today. I talked about it a little bit. I don't know if y'all watched it or not.
I haven't yet. I'll watch it tonight.
But
I haven't yet. I'll watch it.
Yeah, I have. I don't. My approach will not change. I won't allow Jerry to bait me in. He's baited me in for years, and I'm not going to do that this year. I'm going to be a spectator. I'm going to be that fly on the wall, and I'm going to wait and see what happens. My expectations are at a low, and they're going to stay there. I'm going to live by my words and die by my words. What I've been saying about it's going to take some time for this team to develop, and it's good for sales and ratings and stuff like that. That's all this is for. That's all it's about, pretty much. I like I say, it is what it is. We'll see. This will be a good opportunity, though. It will be a good opportunity to see where we stand against the Super Bowl champions. It's been a long time since we've hoisted that Lombardi Trophy, and it's been 30 years. So I don't know if anything's going to change. No, matter of fact, nothing's going to change overnight. We got a lot of young players. This is a brand new team. We're pretty much an expansion team. I look at this team as being an expansion team with the level of talent that we have. It's going to take time, and I'm going to be patient and wait it out. And hopefully the system, hopefully it'll work. Hopefully everything will fall in place. Hopefully Shotty Too Hotty is not an actor like all the other coaches have been. Hopefully he's not, Scooby-Doo, take the mask off, type guy. Yeah. So that's just where I'm at. I don't want to sound negative. I'm not being negative. I'm not a negative person. I think I'm being more realistic than anything. I have to be. I can't be any other way. I'm not going to get on here and do predictions and, we're going to do this and do that and get your feelings hurt, So it's the first game of the season. It's exciting. It's football. We all love football. We all love the sport first, but, it'll be a good chance to really, really see, against the Super Bowl champions once again, to really see how good they think we really are. And to put us on the spot, put everybody on the spot. There's no more talking. There's no more debating. There's no more babysitting. The I think season, once they kick that ball off, the I think season is over with. It's over with. So now there's no more talking with us and all the other talking heads. Now, guess who does the talking? The pads do the talking.
Preach.
So now there's no more when I think, no. They gonna get out there. They got to do it. We can't babysit them no more. Everybody on this panel knows exactly what we need, what to do, has difference in opinions about those. But, we're all kind of going in the right direction. It might be a little different, but we're all headed. We're all in the right direction on what the direction this team should go in. And we've been that way for years. We've been doing this for years. Fifth corner. We've been doing this for years, man. Years. Yeah. I've been knowing y'all for years, over 10 years. Yeah. And I heard y'all talk about the 2017 CC. I think that was the infamous video. I said kick a 90-yard field goal.
It was.
So we've been, like Fitz say, we've been saying the same things since then. Those things, like Fitz say, those things apply today. So why am I gonna get on here and be like, I can't wait? No, man. I'm gonna stay here. I got the best seat in the house. Y'all can keep them ragged ass doors closed because I'm not gonna walk through them. No, that's it. I don't want to keep going. My bad, man. But yeah, that's just I'm good. I'm just gonna watch it, man. And hell, I gotta get up and go to work the next fucking morning anyway. So I don't even know how long I can stay up.
Exactly. We got Emily Garcia here. She said the alarms are sounding for panic for week 1 against the Eagles. JK, good luck this season. Appreciate it, Emily. Good luck to you. We got Brando saying Champs is playing real life Grand Theft Auto.
That was funny.
Nate Dogg in the house too. Nate Dogg also, Brando, the best moderator. Eagles, Champs is coming back in. All right, guys. So having said all that,
you done carjacking, Champs?
I got a question.
Yeah, go ahead, Fifth.
Team Dan Quinn got. Were a lot of those pieces already there?
Say it again, Fifth. We couldn't hear you.
I said those pieces Dan Quinn got. Were a lot of those guys already there?
Their defensive line, their defensive tackles were like
some of them.
Some of them were there.
I think half of them, a little bit over half of them, he brought into. You're talking about the last year with the Commanders? Yeah, I think he brought some cats in from, I believe so, right?
I say that because I saw a comment when 80 said it's not going to happen overnight, and somebody, Dan Quinn, did it. So that's why I was asking how many pieces were actually new.
Now, he had 2 solid defensive tackles when he went there. They drafted the rookie quarterback. You know, their wide receiver room wasn't the best, you know. Then this season, they had a good draft, went out, traded for Laramie Tunsil, you know what I'm trying to say? So they've gotten the Eagles, the Redskins, the Commanders, whatever you want to call them, they've gotten better. They have gotten better. But one real thing in 1980 made me think about it when he's talking about it's been 30 years since we hoisted up a Lombardi. When we play the Eagles on that Thursday night, that game is not going to be won or lost that night. The outcome of that game is going to be the past of the last 3-4 years of the moves you've made, drafting, and moves you've cut people, signing people in free agency. So the scary part is that the outcome of that game is not going to be that night. It's going to be what's been done in the last few years. And we all know Eagles play chess, man, and we play Candyland in Dallas, man. So that's what's scary to me.
So this first game is in Philly?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, I thought it was here. Okay. It don't matter. It don't matter because we don't do good at home anyway.
What's up, Uncensored?
To answer your question, Washington
I'm sorry.
signed 26 free agents last year.
Damn. How many made the team?
And 20% of them were old Cowboy players. Dorrance Armstrong, Igwenabi, Dante Flower.
Arsenal, Badass, Tyler Badass, they signed.
Yeah. 20% of their free agent signings were former Cowboys. 26 total free agents signed.
Cool.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut anybody off. I was just curious about when we played here or there. I didn't know.
No, we good, man. We good.
No, good. It's in Philadelphia.
Oh, that's a wrap.
I already had my topic spoke. Man.
That's really a wrap.
Anybody got any questions? Anybody got any topics? Anybody put in the comments? You got a question for us? Anybody on the panel got any questions?
I saw somebody say something. And I hate the question. What game do we think Dak gonna get hurt? I don't like stuff like that.
I don't like saying stuff like that, man. I mean, you don't wish injury upon anybody, man. But I think it's inevitable at this point that he'll get hurt. I don't wish it on him, unfortunately.
I had this conversation on another channel. I think it was with OG. I looked up and I'm like, are we in the Dallas Cowboy bubble? Because I looked up and I was like, how many quarterbacks missed playing time last year due to injury? And it was like 37 quarterbacks missed some time due to injury. And it's very rare that you get season-ending injury. So it's highly likely that Dak is going to miss some time next year because the statistics say that you're going to get banged up at some point in the season. But season-ending injuries for quarterbacks is actually rare.
But I don't think it'll be season. And I mean, knock wood. Of course not. You don't wish injury on him, but I think it's almost guaranteed that he'll miss some time. A couple of 2-3 games. I think is almost guaranteed at this point.
Yeah, like based off of statistics, it say you're gonna get a nick here and there and probably miss a week or two.
My bad.
They have to really protect him. Then that's the case.
I have a question real quick. Do y'all trust the left tackle and the right tackle to protect Dak from getting hurt.
No way.
I, Here's the thing. I'm gonna wait and see what our new offensive coach can do with them.
Fair enough. Yeah, that's a fair. Yeah.
I'm gonna see what they can do with Steele and Guyton before I just say right now that the quarterback has to do his part too. By not holding on to the ball forever. Shoddy too Hotty has to do his part too by knowing that if they do got a weakness on the offensive line, what to do. I'm hoping that's the reason they got these new running backs to run when we need and pass when we need to. So a lot can factor into that. Even if you got a weak side, there's ways a good coach will know how to,
Yep. Right.
Defenses, handicap that. Savage, you was gonna say something. We was talking about Dak injuries. What was it?
Oh yeah, I was going to say it's amazing. Like if Dallas ever loses their quarterback, we always pick in the top 10. But yet a team like the Steelers, Mike Tomlin can go through 5 quarterbacks and he still makes the playoffs. You know what I'm trying to say? It just seems like some team can plug another quarterback right in and not maybe have the exact same results, but they'll still make it on a wild card. We lose
coaching.
We're picking top 6, top 7. It just seems
Yeah.
like
It's
Those
a coaching
teams are
difference.
those teams aren't built around the quarterback. Steelers are built around their defense and run game. They've always been. So they can weather a quarterback going down. That's what Dallas needs to shift to.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a good point.
I was just about to say that.
I mean,
Coaching and preparation.
the Ravens have been competitive forever off that defense.
So
Yeah.
tying all this together with Dallas Cowboy 900, he said, "What will heavily determine this game, in y'all's opinion, on offense and defense regarding the Cowboys-Eagles Week 1 matchup?" I'll start with Uncensored first.
Good
The
question.
trenches, because you got to block Philly's defensive line and you got to stop Saquon Barkley. If you can't do those two, it doesn't matter what Dak does or Hurts or AJ Brown or any other receivers. If you can't stop the run and you can't protect, it's over.
Yeah.
What about you, Eshawn?
No, I agree. I mean, trenches both defensively and offensively. I mean, Saquon is obviously the one guy on the Eagles that our game plan has to be towards stopping him. If we can't stop the run, the game's curtains. The season's done. So, I just think. I mean, I think. Yeah, and also, I mean, like to one sense's point, it's like Dak can do nothing if he doesn't have time to throw the football. So we could get on Dak all day long. But, I think the trenches on both offense and defense are absolutely what has to be rock solid. I think so. I'm with him. I'm in concurrence. So that's where I am too.
80.
Well, it's no mystery. That's the easiest question in the world. Look what won a Super Bowl last year. It was the trenches.
Right.
So that's it. I mean, there's no other way around it. We were ranked 31st last year in rushing defense. So we got to figure out how to clean that up. Trenches. That's what wins ball games. It makes everybody else's job so much easier. When Saquon didn't even get a touchdown last year. I mean, in the Super Bowl, he got what 50-something yards, 52 yards, and they still dominated and won that Super Bowl. Blew them out. Made them look like a high school team. Trenches did that on both sides of the ball. So when you fix that, it makes everybody else's job. It's a domino effect. I know I sound like a broken record, but that's it. I mean, there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Like I said, that was one of the easiest questions that you can answer. But it needs to be discussed. It needs to be talked about and reminded because that's what wins Super Bowls. If you look at past Super Bowl teams, look at their front 4 or front 7. Look at their front 7. Cowboys back in the day. I got to use them as an example. I mean, because that's the only examples that we got. People say, "Oh, why you bringing up old days?" Well, hell, that's all we got. Shit, what else am I gonna bring up? You know what I mean?
Exactly.
That's all we got. I mean, what else? I can't just make up shit. That's what I got. I mean, shit. I'd rather talk about the Cowboys than somebody else. I mean, we had the best offensive line in football. Hell, we had the best offensive line in football. Part 2 with Travis Fredericks and Romo, those guys. So we saw how impactful Zeke and Dak were their rookie seasons. Rookies, guys. Rookies. They were rookies, guys. Rookie of the year and runner up. So we see how powerful that is, that up front is. And once you get that man rolling, I don't care if they're in the huddle with you. They can't, just like Jordan's fadeaway. He back you in, you can't stop it. I'm sorry, you just can't.
Yeah.
Fifth quarter.
You heard me?
No.
I said experience.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Experience gonna play a big part in it.
That's a good point.
Philly got a lot of guys that been around a long time.
Yep.
It took years to build that team. We rebuilt a whole new team. See, only thing Philly do is do upgrades on the house. You know what I'm saying? They put hardwood floors in the bathroom. We built the whole house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
That's a good point.
Philly just add on. The house already built and paid for.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be a lot of experience. It's not just about the player being good. You got to have experience. We saw what Zeke did when he first came in. He was fumbling. We had to put Alfred Morris in because Alfred Morris had experience. Was he better than Zeke? No, but he had experience in that red zone. Zeke was fumbling. They took him out the game.
Mm-hmm.
You put anybody else in Jalen Hurts' position and they shut down Saquon, they not winning that Super Bowl. When they shut down Saquon, Jalen Hurts' experience with that defense did what they needed to do. So it's going to be experience, man. Philly got a lot of it, and it's going to play on against our rookies, man. It's going to be tough. I'm going to go with experience, man, because I just think when you've been there a few times, you won one, you lost one, you won one. There's guys that was on all those teams, man, and, I just think experience going to play a big factor in that game, man.
I agree.
Okay. Danny Savage.
Trenches, man, plain and simple. I mean, before the draft, Philadelphia had the best offensive line and the best defensive line in the NFL. And they went out and they drafted 3 more offensive linemen, and they went out and drafted 3 more defensive linemen. So it's like, they're playing chess, man. And our front office is playing with iPads.
That's true.
It's disgusting.
I can't believe Jerry did that dance in the war room, man.
Oh, Jesus.
I still haven't seen that dance y'all talking about.
Man, like he was thrusting.
Yeah, he was thrusting. It was no dance. He was giving it one of those. I
gotta look. I gotta see if I can find it.
No, man, it was really
Cowboys
funny.
champs. What do you think?
Okay. The Cowboys offensive line with Smith, Cooper. I'm sorry. Smith, BB, and hopefully Booker. They should help out the running game. But my concern is still with the ends. On defensive line, man, everybody is too light in the ass. Both the defensive ends gonna be less than about 2.250. The defensive tackles position 280 or less. I know they drafted those 2 big defensive tackles, but they was in the 7th round. Like Phil Quarter said, experience. We don't Cowboys did not pick up. I know they got that Solomon Thomas guy too, but I don't know if that's going to work out as well. I don't know how well he's going to do with Eberflus scheme. But whatever. But the main thing is, Eagles with the wall of turds they got, they're gonna run all over the Cowboys right up the middle because the Cowboys too light in the ass.
Right. Yeah. And that could be, that's what I've been thinking this whole time is we have to stop Saquon, right? If you go watch that Super Bowl, Jalen Hurts made the plays he needed to make with Saquon being limited, right? So how does Trayvon Diggs hold up? How does Deron Bland hold up? Rebel, how does he look? Can they contain that while, Donovan and Micah go try to get those sacks to go get them? I think Overshown's going to be completely missed in this game, week 1. I think Overshown's presence is going to be really missed. But we got to look at Kenneth Murray, our linebacker that we traded for Tennessee. We got to look at Maris Luafau, that rookie got last year coming into his second year. And then Shamir James, is that who we traded for, that linebacker in the draft we moved up for? What's his name? Shamir James, a little smaller linebacker guy. Like the linebacker depth, like we could talk trenches, but can our injured corners come out and play? And can our inexperienced linebackers learning a new system come out and play? There's a lot of what ifs to this. There's a lot of people, like fifth quarter said, they're remodeling the house. We're starting from scratch.
Mm-hmm.
So we got to find the right 2x4. We got to measure twice and cut once.
I've been saying that.
That's what we got to do. We got to measure twice and cut once with the same tape measure. Mike McCarthy used 3 different tape measures when he went to cutting.
Right.
100%.
The problem was
100%.
one was metric and one was imperial.
And one was clock management.
The Chicago linebacker we got nice size to him. He's like 250.
Oh, Sanborn, Jack Sanborn.
Yeah. But it's it's scary when your linebackers and your ends both weigh the same weight. I don't like that.
How big is he?
He's close to 250. He's like 240.
250.
Yeah. See, Donovan, how do you say his last name? Izak?
No idea.
I have no clue.
Ezaraku, I've heard.
Ezaraku, there it is.
What I've heard.
Easy.
He has good ability to go get the quarterback. The problem is his size. It's like we drafted an Overshown 2.0. That's the only downfall to this. Now, if he comes out and shows out, I don't know. Do you trade Micah Parsons if he has 6 sacks by week 4?
What's his exact height and weight?
6'2", 250.
That's
he's
6'2".
I don't think he's 250, but
me neither.
They said I was 5'11", and
exactly.
So
he's probably like 250 with both pockets and quarters.
Yeah.
More likely like 235-ish.
Nah, he looked like he about 235, 236, maybe 240. I'm serious, man. I'm not being a jerk or anything, man, but he looked like a safety. He looked a safety to me.
This marker has bigger legs than he does. His legs, I swear to God. And like I said, I was pissed. I had 5 edges on the board. That was 6'5", 260.
Ooh,
man.
Good news is he's 27 pounds heavier than Overshown.
Okay.
So that is positive. Overshown's 220. He's 247.
A lot of times, and I'm sorry.
No, go ahead, brother. Go ahead.
A lot of times, and I've seen it firsthand. You gotta have really, really good tech. I remember y'all remember Mark Stepnoski. They used to call him Dalton, our center for the Cowboys. He was undersized, but he had great technique. He had really, really good technique, and he was strong as well, so he could play that position. That guy, I hope he got some damn good technique because he's gonna need it going against those big guys. Because the Philadelphia Eagles, all their interior guys are the right size and weight they should be. We got all these hybrid. It's like ever since Dan Quinn came along and left, we still kind of going with this hybrid, guys that can play multiple positions and stuff. But you got to be careful when you do that because you got that Honda on the rough terrain. This is how these guys stay hurt. You got to worry about injuries because they're using limbs and stuff that are not built and geared for what they're trying to do, what they're trying to accomplish. So you gotta kind of factor that in there, and then you're gonna start seeing some injuries once again, because these guys are undersized, man, and they playing a big man's game up front and up front 7, front 4, front 7. Come on, dog. I done seen it before.
Yeah,
and Eagles left tackle is probably one of the best left tackles in the NFL. The kid Jordan Mailata, and he's humongous. He's huge. He's a former.
They got some they got some coaching to do with these guys. They got some
Okay.
real gritty coaching to do to get these guys mentally and physically ready to go up against that line, that front seven week one. Week one?
Hey,
Week
I got
one.
I got a question for the panel. So last year they had what's his name as the offensive coordinator, Kellen Moore.
Kellen Moore.
The years before that, y'all remember that the offense couldn't get their act together. Kellen Moore
Yeah.
came in and was able to get these guys on track, but Kellen Moore is gone now. Do
Yeah,
you
yeah.
think that they get back to having problems with the flow from game to game with a new
I'll
offensive
answer this
coordinator?
first. Yeah, I'll go first. I think when you have a running back like Saquon Barkley who can stay healthy, I think it's hard to mess it up. I really do. I think Saquon bailed out Kellen Moore, and we know for a fact Saquon bailed out Jalen Hurts. Because if you look at those teams, it was just a collapse because they didn't have that type of running game, so it was all on Jalen Hurts' shoulder. So when a back like Saquon comes in, he cleared it up, and that took a lot of weight off Jalen's shoulders, and that's why he was able to play the way he played in that Super Bowl. You look at the first Super Bowl that they lost, he had a fumble because he was scrambling, right? They there was just things in there where Jalen had to put the weight of the world on his shoulders to go try to make plays. And then they followed up with the big season collapse, and then they followed up with another Super Bowl appearance with who? Saquon Barkley. So I think with a guy like Saquon, it's hard to mess it up. A healthy Saquon, you can't mess it up.
So you saying talent it has to override coaching, pretty much.
100%. Now Nick Sirianni, as much as I hate that goofy looking bastard, I give him props because he got this team there. He lost it, and he got back and he won it. But I think Saquon Barkley helped because we know what Kellen Moore is. Kellen Moore just ain't going to change but going to the Chargers for 1 year and then going to the Eagles and win the Super Bowl. That was Saquon Barkley. We know Kellen Moore. And if you look at the Eagles at the front of the season, go search Twitter. Eagle fans were having Kellen Moore's head. This is what we got. This is bullshit.
I didn't know that.
Saquon Barkley came and cleaned this up.
Yeah, yep. Mm-hmm.
Didn't Jason Garrett get coach of the year 1 year?
Yes, he did.
Yeah, 2016.
When you got running back.
I knew Fifth was going to, See, that's why I said go ahead.
No, I agree, Corner.
I wonder who's their backup. Who's Philly's backup?
The backup.
Backup what?
Backup running back.
I'll find
I
out.
don't see Saquon staying healthy for 17 games. I don't.
How old is Saquon?
Shit, I mean, like 26?
29.
Yeah,
I think he's 29.
He's 29?
Maybe because he's been around for.
He's been in the league at least.
He's 28.
Years.
He's 28.
So he should be going downhill. Well, hell, we thought that.
Well, he don't have a lot of miles on him because he's been hurt.
He like
he had to.
He like LeBron James, spent $1 million on his body.
God.
I mean, I think with the offensive line they have there, I mean, he could probably play for another 2-3 years. Who knows, man? The offensive line is not as awful as the Giants were. So
the dude get hot and cold treatments like it's in season. He get them year round.
Yeah.
Will Shipley is the backup, and then AJ Dillon is behind Will as far as the backup running backs.
His diet don't change. He just got Derrick. His shelf just became Derrick Henry's shelf.
Oh,
yeah.
He has good genetics though too. His uncle was a middleweight champion boxer. Iran Barkley. That's his uncle, man.
Man, stay in top shape, man. He Saquon, like I said, you catch him in a hot tub year round. Diet don't change. Only eat meat 3 times a week.
He seemed like the type. That's good for him, but ain't good for us.
Right.
So we got Cool Cowboy in the house. Better late than never. Cool Cowboy, what was your reaction to week 1? And then we're going to go over the schedule. And we're going to get the heck out of here. I can't go live like Preacher Fifth. I can't go live long like Preacher Fifth. So, what was your reaction? Then we're going to go through the schedule and do our final thoughts and get out of here. Go ahead, Cool.
Oh, man, dude, what a tough game to get week 1. I'd not like to see that, bro, because I feel like we always start slow in the first 2 weeks or so. I wanted to face a bad team. You know what I mean? To warm up and get ready. But we have to face the defending champs. But the only good news about this is this will kind of give us a measuring stick to see how we are because we are facing probably the best team in the NFL. We'll be able to see our new look defense because we had a lot of turnover on that side of the ball. We'll see if they'll actually be able to stop the run, which they probably won't, but we'll see if they'll be able to. And we'll see how Dak Prescott looks after the injury because he didn't. If you guys remember, he was really, really bad last year. He had he threw a pick every game, bad in the red zone.
Multiple picks
But
every
with
game.
all these new pieces around him on the offense, hopefully it won't be as bad but I don't know. We'll find out though how it goes week 1.
All right. So we know week 1, guys. All right. I'm going to go down the list here. I'm not writing this down. Who wants to write it down for me? I don't have a pen.
Me either.
Neither do I.
I got me some handy dandy. Let me go find a pen. I'm going to go write this down. Look at this. Got me some.
I'll let y'all have this one.
Oh, let me get my knife here. Open this baby up.
80, I'm
When's
with you on the
when's the
predictions, man.
schedule? The schedule come out in 2 days?
Yeah, Wednesday.
Wednesday.
Wednesday, yeah.
They already
it was
leaked
already
like
out.
half the games, bro. If you look at the NFL, they leaked so many games already. I don't know what the point of them even doing it on Wednesday.
They leaked the games out for these 4-letter networks to be able to talk.
Yeah.
So they got something to
After
talk
the
about.
draft, there ain't nothing to talk about.
Yeah, this is just giving ESPN and FS1 and all of them something to talk about for the next 2 days.
Yep.
Look at these little things. These little notepad, dude.
The little notepads.
Look at the little starter. Then we're gonna pay out right back.
Bro,
Yeah.
no joke, man. I used to have a boss, man, and no matter how many things I did, she was a female too. They called her the Dragon Lady, man. She was hated. I would come in the next day and I would see 50 of those notes of more things. It didn't matter how much I did. I would see 50 of those tickets. I'm like, I hate those things.
50 look tired, man.
I was about to say.
Yeah, Fifth looks real tired.
He had a
Okay.
long sermon the other day.
All right. I want to do this differently. I want to go home opponents and then away opponents. That's how we're going to build this up. All right. So
Sounds
the
good.
home opponents, Giants. Can we beat them at AT&T?
I think so.
Yeah, I say
At
so.
home- yeah. I think
Yeah.
we win the one at home.
So the majority consensus. What the hell was that? The majority consensus is a win at home for the Giants. There. Okay. All right. Let me pull up Mike's super chat here since we're doing this. Where was it? Was this it? No.
I heard.
I think
All
the
right.
Chiefs always play the 8:00 game on Thanksgiving.
Here we go. All right, home game. Eagles. Can we beat the Eagles at AT&T?
That's a tough one, man.
Probably
I think
not.
I don't see it, unfortunately.
I think it'll depend on how this week 1 goes.
Hey, I need Sports Junkie here for a tiebreaker. All right, that's a loss. All right, here we go. Commanders at home. Can we beat them at AT&T?
Yeah,
You can get that.
we
get
can
that
beat
one.
them.
I think so.
Okay. Packers at home.
Hell no, man.
No, we always lose to them.
We're gonna get beaten to shit by them.
Chiefs at
Hey.
AT&T.
Can I interject real quick? Just
Yeah,
real
go
quick.
ahead.
I'm sorry. Before we start this, I think maybe Uncensored might know this. Our injuries. Who's still be out and who's gonna be back?
Right.
Kickoff.
Overshown.
Overshown Diggs is out. I think that's it as far as the long term that's going to linger into training camp. Everybody else should be back.
Dick
What
should be
about
back.
Sam Williams?
Sam
He'll
Williams
be
should be
back.
back.
He'll be back.
Okay.
I think he's actually going to be back towards the end of mini camps, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay, that'll kind of determine what you guys are gonna this topic right here. Okay,
He's
Appreciate
good for your. You'll get your 2 penalties a game from him.
Yeah.
right.
Him running into
That's
the
true.
kick. The kick is
No,
up and shit.
but he's a free agent this season. You might see a completely new Sam Williams. It
And-
happens
That's
a
true,
lot.
That's true.
Yeah,
That's true.
that's true too.
That's true.
All right, Chiefs at home.
Hell
Alright,
no.
my
We're gonna
bad.
get
No,
smacked.
no.
We're gonna get
I
smacked.
don't
Chiefs
see
at
it.
AT&T.
I don't
Nah,
see
man. I think it's gonna be a asshole.
All right. Chargers at AT&T.
That's a
That's
win.
I think
that's
we
a
can
win.
win.
I think we can win that one. Okay.
Chargers
Vikings,
defense got really bad
AT&T.
this year.
Vikings is a toss-up. That's a toss-up for me.
I'm gonna say
I think you're gonna take the Vikings.
I think we're
Okay.
going to win. Yeah.
Sure.
Their
All
skill
right.
positions are nasty, man. Nasty.
Yeah, they got to have a quarterback, though. You believe in McCarthy?
Not yet. I haven't seen him play since
All
college.
right. Cardinals. Cardinals at
No,
AT&T.
we're
Kyler
not
Murray,
gonna-
undefeated at
That-
AT&T.
that's a-
Yeah,
that's a
no, they
loss.
always beat us, no matter how
Loss.
good or bad they are.
All right.
Yeah,
So
that-
at
that's a
home,
beat-up
we're
loss.
going 500 at home.
I'm gonna say
That's the trap game.
What do you say?
I'm gonna say we beat the Cardinals.
Really?
Okay,
Okay,
I
wow.
say we beat the Cardinals. That's 2. I think we're still.
Marvin Harrison.
Last time we played the Cardinals, they played with Space Cadet Dobbs and smashed us. I got
Yeah.
no faith.
Beat
I
'em.
have no faith.
Yeah, Kyler Murray's undefeated in AT&T Stadium too.
Yeah.
Marvin Harrison's going to go off.
So I think we're still outnumbered 5th. The majority consensus say
80,
we're
80 you got to
4-4.
make a pick. You got to make a pick to break the tie.
I can't. Y'all know I don't do that.
All right, here we go. Away games. Okay, we're 4-4 at home. Giants away.
I think we can win.
I think we're going to split.
We gonna
I-
split. We'll get up to
Split.
Yeah,
Okay, you think
I agree.
I agree.
that's fair.
Eagles. Well, that's a week 1 matchup.
That's
Yeah.
a no.
That's
I
tough.
don't think
No,
they're gonna be.
I don't
we're
think
gonna
so.
be ready.
We smashing them boys, man.
I just don't. I
Who's
don't
with
think they're
me?
going. I don't think they're going to play
I can't, man.
preseason. I don't think they're going to be ready for it.
Yeah, I don't think they're gonna.
Yeah, I think we're gonna get beaten to shit.
I
by
wish it was in the middle of the season, bro.
No,
Okay.
because we'd be more injured by then.
Commanders.
That's a
Away.
loss.
That's a
Loss
win. I
away.
think that's a lot.
Well, yeah, we can't. We're not gonna sweep them. I don't think we'll beat them at home, but not our way.
I got to win.
You got a
Who's
sweep.
with me?
You got us winning against the Commanders. I don't know what
Oh,
that means.
absolutely.
A sweep.
Oh, yeah. Rookie hangover.
Wow.
Okay.
Wow.
Jaden
Okay.
Daniels going to tear it up in a bad way.
Mhm.
Oh Lord.
I hope you're right.
All right.
Honestly.
Well, I'm outvoted, so we're 0-3 on the road so far. The Bears.
Yeah, I can see it being a win.
Yeah,
That's
I
a
think we
win.
can win that one. Honestly,
Yeah, we can win that.
Broncos.
Loss.
no, I don't see us winning.
It's been
Lions.
damn near half a century
Loss.
for the Broncos.
No, we're not
Nah.
winning against the Lions.
Right.
Raiders.
Whoa. The Lions got 2 new offensive coordinators. I mean, offensive and defensive coordinator. I don't know about that yet.
Man, we not.
I don't think we're gonna beat
They
them.
still had a good draft, bro.
Yeah,
And
They have a good roster though.
their trenches are solid, both sides.
All right. I was playing devil's advocate.
I'm writing down pre-schedule here. I'm going to save this. All right, here we go. All right, that was Raiders.
Raiders, I think we can win.
Trap game.
That's a toss-up for me, man.
Trap
I
game.
think we can win that one.
Y'all
They have
can run it
Geno
down
Smith.
the-
He ain't very good.
I think we can
We
beat the
made
Raiders.
Geno Smith look great a year ago.
That's 2.
Yeah.
That's
No, but
Trap
Geno
game.
Smith, he always has like a few games where he looked really bad though.
I think they're gonna win, but I'm marking that down as trap game.
There's 3.
That's a-
Okay,
yeah, that's a
so
tough
we got to win against the Raiders. Okay. Jets.
Win.
Win.
We should win that.
Panthers.
We lose to the Jets.
Win.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Panthers could also be a win.
All right, so our road game is 4-5. So we're 8-9 according to you guys.
That's
Yeah, that's
about
right.
what everybody
That's
predicted.
probably
Yeah.
a realistic scenario.
Yeah.
Vegas over under has us at 8 games.
I had us at 7 because I think we're gonna get a trap game to the Raiders, but that puts
You
us
always
right
have to
where we are.
factor in. We'll always lose one game that we should win, so you got to keep that into consideration too.
Then I guess we have the same record as this year.
Hey, what's up, man? Why you
Your face is making me laugh, man.
That's why I was gonna say that. I was gonna say he might not be making predictions, but he can't lie with his face.
I think that game will end up being that Raiders game, probably.
You know what's going to kill us this year? And it's a phrase that's been said a million times. A good big man beats a good little man. And those teams that have gone up, their trenches on both sides are humongous, man. And Dallas loves their 6'2", 245-pound edges. We said we were going to go get bigger, and then the draft picks it just didn't make sense to me. It just didn't. It just
you know what Colonel Sanders said?
Mm.
Drunk to taste this chicken.
yeah, no, you're right. You're right. You're right.
All right,
Hey,
here we go.
hey,
I got a
Uncensored,
question.
what's your last thought? Oh, go ahead, 1980.
I got a question. Here, this might be for uncensored again. How young are we?
say that again. Sorry.
How young are we? This team.
Uh,
Very young.
Like the
yeah, we
average
got
age, you mean?
Man,
the last 2 years we've had decent turnover getting young. Let me
Okay.
check that out right quick.
The reason I asked, we got to factor that in too. Like Fitz said, I think earlier, inexperience is going to play a factor in penalties.
We
When
are the
we
Uh,
second
played,
youngest team in
That's
the
a good,
NFL.
yeah,
that's
when
a
we
good
played
point.
Green Bay was the youngest, and we were the
Yeah.
second youngest.
Dak,
penalties are
Dak 30,
penalties.
who in they
Oh,
30
okay.
beside Dak?
I think
The
Dak.
average,
Well, Dak is the oldest. I think, right? At this point, he is the oldest. I think.
Brian Anger is 36. He's the oldest
Okay.
punter.
He don't count.
Yeah. Yeah.
Donald Wilson is 30, and Dak Prescott is
How
31.
Malik
Those are
Hooker?
the three others.
Dak Prescott will be 32 this July, right? So I mean,
Malik Hooker's like 27, 28.
So
yeah,
we're fairly young.
How about
yeah,
But
Dante
we're
Fowler?
fairly young.
Long
we're
time.
at
That's a
we're
that is
average
a good
we're
point,
at
though. I like that.
average age is 26 years old.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
about
so
right.
that's
So
fairly young.
All
so
right.
we have to factor in, like I always say, penalties will beat you faster than the other team. So we got to factor youth. Just
Yeah,
like when you add your child on your car insurance, your insurance goes skyrocket, goes sky
Yeah,
high.
yeah,
Um, so I think that's going to be hopefully not. I hope I'm wrong, but those are things we got to factor into.
but
Yep.
real quick,
Yep.
1980. Don't you think also lax coaching leads to a lot of penalties? Because it seems like the last 10 years,
Absolutely.
no matter
absolutely. I
what
think
coach
so.
we've had, we've led the league in penalties like for the last 10 years almost.
Yep, that is a good point. It is. Yep, because Jimmy Johnson. Well, damn, here I go again. Jimmy Johnson. I can't help it, man. When we had young players then, but he just knew how to make them so afraid to make a mistake or whatever. So
I, I
yeah,
said
that's
that,
100%.
I said that earlier. You have to be afraid of your head coach.
Yeah.
My 2 cents.
Absolutely, absolutely.
No one's afraid of Schottenheimer, guys. Let's be
Didn't
honest.
didn't we lead the league? Weren't we like top
4 years
five?
ago.
And
4 years in a row.
Five
We
years in
led
a
the league.
row.
For like the last 10 years, man, it's been
wow,
bad.
That's so. It
And
has
that's
to
bad.
be
what's
higher than the coach. Then
that's
It's
why I
us,
keep
the
saying.
Raiders, and
That's
the
why I keep.
Browns.
That's why I keep saying we're like an expansion team because we got all these new. I'm telling you, it's gonna be a crazy year, but we'll see. I may be wrong.
It,
Hopefully,
Well,
I'm
well,
wrong.
well, my
hey man,
biggest problem with the penalties is that I hate mental. I can deal with effort penalties. Like if you
yeah,
tackling a guy and you get high and you get a face
yes,
mask, you can deal with something like that. But these pre-snap and these hit out of bounds, these personal foul penalties are inexcusable. I can
Yeah,
deal with effort. If you go to tackle the guy and you go too low or something like that, I can deal with those because you were there. The play was made. You just got to work on your technique a little bit. But the
yep,
false starts are ridiculous on this team,
but,
offense
I
and
agree.
defense.
but you see that goes back to practice too. Because the only way to get better on tackling is to actually practice tackling. You know what I'm trying to say? Yeah,
that's that. Oh shit, that's why they need to play a little bit in the preseason
It's
yeah,
to
preseason.
Yeah,
go ahead and get in a rhythm, and so they can be ready because these first, with the Cowboys, the first couple of games are like our preseason
preseason.
games.
well,
Yeah,
I'm
But
gonna,
yeah.
I'm gonna say my
Yeah.
last pick on you gonna close it out?
Yeah, we're about to close it out. I don't even know if I
all
got
right, my
time
bad.
for final thoughts now.
No, you
But keep it under a minute. Final thoughts. Go ahead, uncensored.
I just I'm a little excited for the season, but it's hard for me to get my hopes and dreams wrapped up in this team. Like last season kind of just sucked all the joy out of football for me a little bit. Linking up with you guys have made it at least entertaining for me. Um,
Yeah.
but if they don't play in the preseason, I don't see them winning get week 1. I just don't see it.
Mm.
Mm-hmm. All right, Eshawn.
No, man, I'm with Uncensored, man. I mean, as far as my thoughts, I can't say I'm not excited for the season. I'm curious about the season. That's the way I would put it. You know, we'll see how the season plays out, man. It's a complete blank slate, like we've all been talking, but let's see how it plays out, man. That's I guess where none of us know how it's going to play out. So we'll find out very soon.
Yeah. 1980.
I'm a spectator this year. Fly on the wall.
Yep.
We'll see. Yeah, that's it.
That's it right there.
Yeah.
Fifth quarter Cowboys.
Man, another season. Here we go, man. Man, I
Came by so fast.
We've been right. I was in my mid-late 20s. I'm mid-30s now, man. And I've been knowing y'all that long, man. And I think
Crazy.
This 80 like the third crib since how long we've been kicking it. And we
about to be four. About to be.
And we just still here doing the same thing, nothing changed,
Damn.
nothing. So here we go again, man. Another season, y'all. Here we go.
Yeah.
Danny Savage.
Damn.
After the draft and the trade we made, I'm gonna say honestly, bumped it up to like maybe 6 and 11. I just don't see it, man. It seems like every year it's same circus, different clowns. There's no continuity. How do you draft on a team when every single year you have a new head coach or you have a new defensive coordinators? Like it's going to take a good DC. It's going to take him 3 years to get the guys he wants. Yet we've had 3 DCs in the last 3 years. So it's like, we're going into the season with our secondary looking like a mash unit. But let's be honest, man. Our secondary is going to get torched the first few games. And we go out, we draft some ends, just small. I go back to the big man, beats a good little man, man. I'm going like 6 and 11, man.
Okay. All right. Cool Cowboy. Better late than never. What's your final thoughts under a minute?
Honestly, I just hope these guys prove us wrong, although I don't think they will. I just want to be proven wrong for once. Well, I'm sure we all do. We always we're not asking for a lot here. We're just asking for things to get better. I understand we're in a rebuilding phase, so I just hope they show us some progress at least. And next year, draft well, keep going. Hopefully we get a new quarterback next year and develop him. And yeah, that's about it. As for this season, though, I don't think it's going to be a good season, but we'll see.
Yeah, 100%. Want to thank Mike for all the super chats. Brando, the best moderator of the game, and everybody else in the comments section. Retro Scotty, I see you as well. Want to thank Uncensored Eshad, 1980, fifth quarter Cowboys, Danny Savage, Cowboys champs, and Cool Cowboys for coming on talking crazy on the corner of crazy and Cowboys. We'll see you guys in the next one. Cowboy Nation, are you in the Cowboys corner? Peace.
Take care, guys.
Take care, man.